Moho. Moho 12. This is the particular the actual program that I'm going to use. Is used for animating and things of that nature. You can create characters and place bones in them and all that type of stuff. You can see, as you can see here, they give you an example of that, but we're not going to use the example. We're going to create our own little character real quick. The character that I'm going to create, just the body part, because I don't think I'm going to have time to create the whole character. I would love to be able to place bones in it, so we'll see if we can make it to that point. So right now I just pulled up a new stage, and with that new stage, I'm going to grab the what they call it, the drawer, but it's basically the tool that creates shapes. And with that, I'm going to grab the square. It's already selected for me. The square will allow me to create, well, any one of the tools will, as a matter of fact, will allow me to create whatever it is I choose to create. But I'm going to use the square to create a face. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to check here the autofill, so that when I create these shapes, they'll have color in them already. But since this one don't, we can add that color by going to the paint tool. We take that paint tool and we place the cursor inside of the square. Hit right click on it, and voila, we have color. All right, and so at this time I'm going to kind of manipulate the shape by adding points to it. I'm going to add a point here and add a point there, and see if we can't get some type of face looking shape to it and everything. So we'll pull this out. What I'm doing now is I'm creating I guess a chin. It's going to be kind of in a 3D, well, 2D position, pose. What I'm going to do also is I'm going to go ahead and place some hair up here. So we're going to that. And I'm using the point tool again to create lines. Once I come to another line, in order to connect that line to an existing line, or that point actually to an existing point, I hit enter. Once I have it over that point, and it will connect that point, and it highlights the whole set of points that I have there. All right. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and we'll add a color to that, and you know what? I'll go ahead and make it a blonde hair person. So we'll do that and click inside, and voila, we've got blonde hair. And I'm gonna add one more point just to kind of give it a little bit more character here. Well, a few more points here for the hair, and we'll do that. That way we can kind of give it a nice little facey thingy, and we'll do that. We'll come on down and we'll add that, and then I'll move this one down, this point down a little bit more, and you can see the head a little bit more. And again, for lack of time, I'm trying to create this quickly. So we've got the layer here. I'm going to rename that layer to head, so that we can, when it goes to move the layer or do whatever we need to know, we can easily recognize it. Just add one more point to the head. See, there's my issue right there. I'm trying to be a perfectionist here in regards to getting things taken care of. All right. Let's go ahead and create a body. We're going to put another layer down here. And, well, I hit duplicate by mistake. So we just Command Z on the Mac. New layer. And these are vector layers, which means that that if you were to, size them up or down or anything of that nature, they would not lose quality. And become, like bits do. So here we go. We're going to do the body. And with that body, we're going to use the square again. And we're going to change the color here, maybe to a blue. So we'll take that eyedropper and we'll put it down here on the blue, and we'll change that to a blue. And that way it already got the color in there. And we'll put the square in there, and voila, we got a blue shirt. All right. And so, again, we take the points, and we're going to add some points to it. We'll add a neck here. I guess it's going to be a turtleneck, unless I have time to do otherwise. I'll add a couple of more points there. And let's, again, manipulate those points. And manipulation those points, I'm using the transform tool. So in order to transform the points, whatever have you, All right, I'm gonna add the neck up here because it's gonna be a quick move. And like I said, I'm trying to get enough of this done so I can actually place some bones on it and do some bone manipulation in regards to movement of this character. So we're gonna do that. Simple body. I'm not trying to get too much into it right now due to the time constraints. All right. Layers. We're going to place the head on top of the body. And you notice that the neck portion disappeared, and now he looks like he actually, his head is not buried in his shirt. All right, we're gonna do one arm here. So I'm gonna go ahead and add an additional layer. Again, that vector layer. And I'm gonna use the square again. And I'm gonna do it outside of this shirt because of the color, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a dual color on that, so that way we can have a kind of a short sleeve shirt. In order to do that, I'm gonna add points across one from the other, and when I do that, if I add the point and then I hold it, add it, and then I click right after adding it, and then hold my mouse, my right click, it allowed me to actually draw a line. All right, I put it on the actual line where I want it, and I hit enter, and it attaches to that line. And I'm gonna add another line just to kind of give it a little shape there. Same here with this, and add a little line like that. All right, and on this end, I add a little bit of shape, and we're gonna give another point here so we can have an elbow, and those 2 points will allow it to move freely. All right, and I'll adjust everything as need be. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my paint bucket tool. We're going to go to the color that we used for the face. And I'm going to add it to the lower arm. And ta-da, we've got an arm down there. All right. And now I'm going to take that arm and place it over the shirt here. I'm going to use a shortcut G. G is basically for grab everything. We're going to grab everything. I'm going to hit T, which is going to allow me to do whatever else I need to. I can move the shape and all that type of stuff. Well, add a little bit to that, right there. We got an arm. I did say this was an animation software. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take these layers. I'll highlight all of the layers. I'll click over again in my my little drop-down menu, and I am going to group them together. But instead of doing a regular group, I'm going to do what's called a bone group. That bone group will, I didn't take it. That's okay. We can place these all in there. That bone group will allow me to create bones to move this character. So we're going to do that. We put that in there, and we put that in there also. All right, and now all of them are in the layer. Got about a few minutes left, so let's go ahead and create some bones here real quick. So you have to click on the actual bone layer. Once you click on the bone layer, there's a bone that shows up as add bone. It's got a little plus sign there, and we will take it and we will add a bone. We'll add more than one bone. So I'm going to come from the waist up. We're going to add that first bone. If you click and drag, you'll be able to add the bones as you need it. And we got 4 bones there. Don't necessarily need all of those, but we're going to do it for this time, just for time's sake. All right. And again, on the same layer, if I hit my Alt button and I click on a bone, it will attach that bone to this, to the actual spine that I just made. Then I can release and add another bone and add another bone. And just to check, I'm going to check my hierarchy here, the parenting, and you can see here where the arrow's going, and it's connected to that bone, and it's connected to that bone. Now what I'm going to do also is I'm going to grab or select all these bones, and I don't want the influence on one bone to influence the other, so I'm taking and drag it down a little bit. Well, not that much so, okay? And